If you're listening to this, chances are you've been hurt. Maybe you're divorced, separated, or walking away from a relationship that broke your heart. You might feel lost, unworthy, or like love has passed you by forever. I want you to know something right now. Your blessings aren't gone. They're not lost. They're just waiting for you to remember who you are. Today, we're going to uncover the invisible barriers that are probably blocking your blessings, and we're going to learn how to clear the path for love to flow into your life again, because you deserved every blessing that God has in store for you. Let's start with this truth from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Welcome to All About Dating, the podcast where faith meets love and healing opens the doors to your heart's deepest desire. I am Patty Martin Guerra, your host and life coach, and I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey. Whether you're navigating the world of dating apps, healing from past relationships, or ready to manifest the love you truly deserve, this is your safe place to grow, heal, and discover your divine worth. Each week, we'll explore practical strategies for authentic dating, dive deep into healing past traumas, and align your heart with God's beautiful plan for your love life. Because, sister, you deserve nothing less than extraordinary love. Jeremiah 29:11 says, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. So open your heart and let's discover how to date with divine purpose. I'm going to talk to you about 6 blocks that are keeping you from receiving your blessings. The first block is shame and self-blame. The biggest block to your blessings isn't what happened to you. It's what you've told yourself about what happened to you. After heartbreak, we often become our own worst critic. If only I had been different. I should have seen the signs. I'm too damaged for love. Or I don't deserve happiness after what I did or didn't do. But here's the truth. Shame is not from God. Conviction leads to healing. But shame leads to hiding. When we carry shame, we unconsciously push away the very blessings we're praying for. To unblock this blessing, you must separate what happened to you from who you are. Your worth isn't determined by your relationship status, even though it might feel like it, or your past mistakes, or someone else's inability to love you properly. Your worth was established before you took your first breath, remember. Start speaking differently to yourself. Instead of, I felt at love, try, I'm learning what love really looks like. Instead of, I'm broken, try, I'm being rebuilt stronger. The second block is unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison, and I've said this before, and expecting the other person to get sick. But it's also a massive blockage in your blessing pipeline. Now, I'm not talking about naive forgiveness that pretends that hurt didn't happen. I'm talking about the forgiveness that sets you free. The forgiveness that says, I'm not carrying this anymore because it's too heavy for my future. You might need to forgive your ex-partner, but you also need to forgive yourself. You might need to forgive God for allowing this pain because, to be honest, I had a lot of anger towards God when I was getting divorced, after I got divorced for a very long time. So forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay, but it means you're choosing freedom over bondage. When we hold on to unforgiveness, we're energetically tied to our past. We can't receive new love while we're still bleeding from our old wounds. Forgiveness is the surgery that stops the bleeding so healing can begin. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a daily choice. Some days you'll feel forgiving, others you won't, and that's okay. That's human, but the intention to forgive opens the door for blessings to flow. The third block is fear of vulnerability. After being hurt, vulnerability feels like walking into traffic blindfolded. Your heart has built walls that once protected you, but now imprison you. The fear whispers, what if it happens again? What if I'm not enough? What if I choose wrong again? But here's what fear doesn't tell you. The very vulnerability that feels dangerous is the same vulnerability that allows love to enter. You can't selectively numb. When you shut down to pain, you also shut down to joy. So unblocking this blessing requires courage, not fearlessness. Courage is feeling afraid and choosing love again anyway. It's saying, yes, I could get hurt again, but I could also find the love of my life. Start small. Practice vulnerability in safe places. Share your story with trusted friends. Let people see the real you, not the perfectly created version. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the birthplace of love, joy, and belonging. The fourth block is misaligned standards. Sometimes our blessings are blocked because we're asking for the wrong things or from the wrong people. Pain can distort our vision, making us settle for crumbs when God has a feast prepared. Maybe you're still trying to get love from people who've already shown they can't give it to you. Maybe you're so afraid of being alone that you're accepting relationships that dim your light instead of magnifying it. Or perhaps you've swung the other way. Your standards are so high that no human could meet them, because you're trying to find someone who will heal all your wounds instead of someone who will walk beside you as you heal. Aligned standards aren't about perfection. They're about compatibility. They're about finding someone who sees your worth, someone who shares your values, and someone who's emotionally available for the journey. Take time to get clear on what you actually need versus what you think you want. Sometimes the blessing looks different than we imagine, but it's exactly what our soul ordered. The fifth block is timing and divine preparation. Sometimes your blessings aren't blocked. They've been prepared. There's a difference between a delay and a denial. God might be using this season of singleness to prepare you for the love you've been praying for. Maybe there are patterns to break, wounds to heal, or aspects of yourself to develop. Maybe your future partner is on their own journey of preparation, because let's face it, you also want someone that's in the healing department, not someone who doesn't know anything about healing and who's just going to give you chaos. So this doesn't mean you're not ready now, or that you need to be perfect before love finds you. It means that divine timing is real. And sometimes the greatest act of faith is trusting the process. Use this time wisely. Invest in yourself, hear your heart, discover who you are outside of a relationship. Build the life you love so that when love comes, it adds to your joy rather than completing it. Remember, you're not waiting for your life to begin when love arrives. Your life is happening now, and it's beautiful and valuable and worthy of celebration, with or without a partner. The sixth block is connecting from your true self. The deepest block to your blessing might be that you've forgotten who you are. Heartbreak has a way of making us question everything about ourselves. But beneath the pain, beneath the fear, beneath the stories you've been told or told yourself, there's a woman who is fearfully and wonderfully made. There's a woman whose essence is pure love, whose spirit is unbreakable, whose future is bright with possibility. Reconnecting with yourself, with your essence, is not just nice to have. It's essential for receiving your blessings. When you know who you are, you attract people who see your worth. When you love yourself, you teach others how to love you. This reconnection happens through quiet moments with God, through activities that light you up, through friendships that reflect your beauty back to you. It happens when you stop trying to be who you think you should be and start celebrating who you already are. Your blessings are not lost. They're waiting for you to clear the path. You have everything within you to remove these blocks and step into the love-filled future God has planned for you. This journey isn't always easy, but you don't have to walk it alone. Sometimes we need support in remembering who we are beneath the pain, in healing the wounds that keep us small, in rediscovering our essence despite everything we've been through. If you're ready to unblock your blessings and step back into your power, I'm here to support you. I work with women just like you, women who've been hurt, but refuse to let that hurt define their future. Together, we'll clear these blocks, heal these wounds, and prepare your heart for the love you deserve. Because you, beautiful soul, are worthy of every blessing. You are worthy of deep, authentic, soul stirring love. And your story isn't over, it's just beginning a new chapter. I've been thinking about creating a Christian dating membership for divorced women, and I want to build it with you. My vision is give you confidence that your standards are healthy and worth keeping. Clear discernment and boundaries instead of constant second guessing. A supportive space to pursue a God-led relationship without the confusion and burnout. Here's what makes this different. I don't have it all figured out yet, and that's intentional. As a founding member, you'll help me shape everything from the content to the direction. You will get 50% off, locked in for life, even when price increases. Early access to everything, and a real voice in what we create together. This is just the beginning. The best content will come from you and the founding group as we refine and build side by side. Are you interested? Please DM me ready within 24 hours and I'll send you the details for this membership. Let's create something meaningful together. Remember, DM me the word ready and I'll leave you my Instagram link on the show notes. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Blessings. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of All About Dating. Remember, your healing is holy work, your standards are sacred, and your love story has already been written by God Almighty. Before you go, please take a moment to reflect on today's message. How is God calling you to show up differently in your dating life? What healing work is He inviting you to embrace? If today's episode touched your heart, please share it with your sister who needs to hear this message. Together, we're creating a community of women who refuse to settle for nothing less than what she deserves. Be a blessing to me and leave me a review to help me reach more women around the world. Until next time, keep dating with purpose, healing with grace, and trusting in God's perfect timing for your love story. This is Patty Martin Guerra reminding you, you are loved, you are worthy, and your happily ever after, it's on its way. Blessings and love.